Governor Little may have been out of state yesterday, but that didn't stop him from officially enjoining Idaho with several other states into a lawsuit against both OSHA and the Biden administration. President Biden and OSHA announcing a strict deadline of January 4th, 2022 for private companies with more than 100 employees, that they have to get them vaccinated or they have to have them tested weekly and have to wear masks. That mandate and subsequent deadline impacting some Idaho businesses like stinker stores. You know, those gas stations with the skunk mascot? They've been around since 1936. Well, today there are more than 60 stores in Idaho employing more than 1,000 people. And because they have more than 100 employees, they are under this new mandate. They would have to comply. But are they ready to do that in less than 2 months? Here's Katya Stepovic.
OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, issued an emergency temporary standard in hopes to minimize COVID-19 spread in the workplace.
I have more than 100 employees. We operate in 3 states, Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado.
This is Charlie Jones, the owner of Stinker Stores. With almost 1,000 employees scattered across 3 states, the new standard is yet another thing to add to his to-do list. The new OSHA standard will apply to around 84 million workers, including Charlie's. And if workers don't show proof of vaccination, they must test for the virus once a week and wear a mask.
Is staffing going to be an issue for Stinker Stores?
We've raised our wages to attract employees, keep employees, frankly. And the government, unfortunately, they think larger employers have more resources and can do this maybe better. Frankly, this is not what we do. We don't enforce health vaccines or do the health or the vaccine police. That's not a basic thing of what we do. We serve customers every day.
Workers are required to get paid time off from employers when getting the COVID vaccine. And for those who don't, it's still unclear who will likely pay for weekly testing. While Stinker Stores has always highly encouraged employees to get the COVID vaccine, business owners are left wondering how and what enforcement will look like.
The step of enforcing, prove to me that you've been vaccinated, that's a big step for an employer. And the federal government recognizes that they can't enforce this. So they're putting the onus of enforcement on the employer and are sitting in the back waiting for an employer that the non-compliant guys, they've got huge fines that they can levy.
Do you think this is necessary? These new guidelines are necessary?
Hard question. I think that I think the vaccine is wonderful. I don't believe the vaccine will eliminate COVID. And these federal mandates, no, I don't think they're necessary. I don't think they're wise.
Regardless of the extra legwork, Charlie says he will do it for the safety of his employees.
We will comply with the law to the best of our ability. And as regulations are formulated and communicated, we will do our very, very best to comply.
I reached out to a number of Idaho businesses with employees of 100 or more to see what their thoughts and plans were on the new standards. Now, the YMCA got back to us and they said we will be evaluating the newly released OSHA guidelines in the coming days. They say since the pandemic began, the Treasure Valley Family YMCA has consistently followed safety guidelines from our government, health authorities at a minimum, and they say we will continue to do so. OSHA employees will mainly respond to employee complaints and check for COVID compliance during typical inspections. Employers who violate the new standard can expect fines of up to $13,600. For Idaho's News Channel 7, I'm Katya Stepovic.
Again, well, it looks at what the best of our ability is what he said. So again, that comes down to the enforcement. We'll see how that plays out. But again, private employers, more than 100 employees, they're expected to follow this mandate beginning January 4th. Of course, a lot could happen in the courts, as we've seen by this lawsuit.